All right. So I want to talk about this game. It was a league game I played against a relatively new opponent, and I lost as free people with 0 tokens. And what happened is I attacked into Dale, up a couple hit points, down a couple points of leadership, and against two subsequent advantageous positions as my combat cards. Um, he scored 8 hits and destroyed my army, and then walked into Woodland Realm for the last 2 points he needed to win. Where what I was seeking to do was recapture Dale, put myself, put Shadow down to 7 VIPs and guarantee myself another turn to dunk. And I think this can be a situation where a lot of players, especially newer ones, will say like, "Well, Java just wasn't with you." But uh, I just think it's important to remember that there's a significant extent to which we make our luck in this game. And so I left this game feeling pretty upset. And I went out to my wife and I said, just terrible luck, lost the game. And then as I sat there, eating my consolation ice cream, it occurred to me, really that there was a perfectly winning line. I just didn't play it, and you make your luck, right? So let's just go back a couple steps here before my disastrous attempt on Dale. Just look at what the position on the board was. Right here. Here I pass. There's 3 hit points in Pelor Gear. Essentially a guaranteed victory from Lamadon. Um, I have great cards for it. I have 2 advantageous positions, as I mentioned, which essentially guarantees that combat for me, and makes it very difficult to conceive of a world in which he recaptures it for me, right? Like, even if he somehow scores, say, 6 hits and 2 combat, it's just very unlikely. So I could have attacked Peligre here, put him to 7, and there is really no world in which he's getting 3 more points this turn. He's probably going to take Helm's Deep, though it's a little up in the air. And instead I don't. And what he does is he plays Shadows Gather, and he moves a bigger army into Peligre. And then I pass again, and he moves 2 more in. And suddenly I have this weird choice to make between Dale and Pel, and I chose Dale, which was almost objectively incorrect in hindsight for a number of reasons, leadership being the most important one. And I attack Dale and I lose. So just remember when these things happen, like, you make your own luck to an extent in this game, and don't write off every loss to Java, because there's room to improve and make your own luck even in a game that seems like luck is the only factor in your loss. A short video to start us off here, because I really think that something that defeats newer players and stops them from progressing at the game, or just sort of, it even can fundamentally invalidate the game as a competitive endeavor, that it's a very luck based game. And it is. It plays a significant role. You can't win as Shadow if you get, no 6s and 5s for the most part. But those sorts of games are really rare. And for the most part, I've never seen a game where somebody lost while committing no mistakes. So just bear that in mind as you're processing your saltiness after a rough loss, as this one was for me. I lost a lot of rating because it was a new player. I lost league percentage, and therefore some points there. In a, and I'm fairly close to the bottom of the top 10 of League Hobbit and looking to move up. Just remember, you make your luck. There's a reason that the same 20 people stay on top of this ladder playing hundreds of games. All right. Um, More to follow. Thanks for watching.